Hi guys, it is Friday, and the social distancing, quarantining in New York is still in full effect, so I decided to maybe revive my YouTube channel a little bit. For those that don't know, I had a YouTube channel a little while back called Cigars for Fitness. This one is probably not going to be called Cigars for Fitness, but I started working through my humidor with all my good shit in it, and I was debating whether or not I was going to do this. I ended up smoking Opus X Lost City. It was amazing, and I said, you know what? I got a lot of great smokes in here. I'd like to have some documentation, some, I don't know, some memento, some memory, right? So today, I'm smoking the Arturo Fuente Don Carlos Eye of the Shark. And my good humidor is all Fuentes. 98% of them are Opus X. But the Don Carlos was the Opus X before the Opus X. And basically, I have a few of these in there. I've got a couple of the anniversary, the special reserve edition. So I'm gonna work my way through those. I actually smoked all the Lost City, so I'm probably gonna buy another couple of those so I can do a video on that. I really want to do a video on that. Thankfully, they're fairly easily obtainable. They're usually in stock or they're usually available online. It's not like the other opuses where, depending on how far down the special edition line you go, they're only available, once, if at all, a year. But anyways, let me start smoking this. So this was actually my first Eye of the Shark, and I will say that I'm interested to see what it's like. So this is the 2017 Cigar of the Year, and it is a tribute to Carlito Fuente Jr.'s father, Carlos Fuente. And if you notice, it is a box press, right? And then it's a regular bellicoso at the top. Now, the interesting thing was I saw an interview with Carlito Fuente Jr. where he said that it is not box pressed, that it is in fact rolled square and then round at the top. So I don't know how that happens, but I have no reason to believe that he's lying. Seems like a nice guy, actually. So one of the things that I will say is Fuente is always very secretive about their blends. Now, I believe this is Dominican filler, Dominican binder, and a Cameroon wrapper, but don't hold me to it. So it's a lot smoother than I thought it was going to be, although, you want to see what it tastes like after it heats up. So right off the bat, there's a little bit of a peppery finish, which I've noticed is fairly typical of, the medium to full body and full body cigars. That's one of those things where that has to be your taste. If that's what you want to, you know. I was smoking a regular Opus yesterday, and that is medium to full body. It's not as prominent. Now, one thing I have noticed about these full body cigars, because anybody that was a fan of my old channel knows medium body cigars are what I really like. Sometimes medium to full body, but a lot of the flavors in the full body cigars are not flavors that I'm particularly a fan of. That really strong pepper, that kind of like bitter aftertaste, you know, that is espresso and dark chocolate tones. Not really my cup of tea. So, but with the regular Opus and with a lot of these full-bodied cigars, once you get to about the end of the first third, the really peppery taste starts to subside, and I think that that sort of middle third is where you really get a lot of the I don't want to say hidden, but more subtle flavors of the cigar, because I find that when you have that really strong, like peppery aftertaste, that sort of like, you know, espresso, dark chocolate kind of bitterness, that's really what it tastes like to me. It tastes like bitterness. I find that it really overpowers anything else. And if you're talking about the regular Opus X cigars, then the reality of the situation is I personally like that sort of woody taste, that you know, the, you know, it's I don't know how to describe this, but it's sort of like, it reminds me of like the smell of a fireplace, but you know, you can taste it. It doesn't, you know, necessarily make a ton of sense, but that's the only way I can kind of describe it. And I like that, right? That's that sort of that, you know, well, Cuban cigars, for argument's sake, they have that sort of like grassy, that dry grass, that like hay flavor to it, and that's what I like about those. I don't want that to be overpowered by, you know, tons of pepper to the point where the back of my mouth is just like, you know. So now that I've taken a little bit of a step back, you know, I'm not puffing as often. You know, one of the mistakes beginners make, and I'm pretty sure anybody that's following a cigar channel is most likely not an absolute beginner, but in case you are, and a lot of people are, the reality of the situation is you don't want to puff, 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 puff away on a cigar, because first off, that's how you get that nicotine sickness. And second, you heat the tobacco up too much, and it gets that really kind of like nasty taste. So, you know, now I'm sort of spacing it out, you know, taking, you know, one puff every, you know, 45 seconds to a minute, and you know, it's gotten a lot smoother. Starting to taste a little bit of that, you know, kind of woodiness that Fuentes are known for, and it's very smooth. The pepper has come down to a very sort of light, short finish, and yeah, it seems like a pretty smooth, enjoyable cigar. I do not know. I don't want to make these videos too long, so I may come back towards the end. This is not going to be the only shark that I smoke, so I'll definitely get a little more in-depth content with it for the next one. Right now, you know, I mean, I'm not even an inch in, so this is, you know, I mean, it's a fairly good burn. It's a little uneven over there, but these have a tendency to clean themselves up as you continue smoking. I just got a piece of ash on my keyboard. Perils of a cigar channel. So, I mean, that's going to be about it for today. I have some work I need to get done. So, anybody who's returning from my old channel, when I did my first channel, I was a law student, and now I am sitting in my law office. All right, that's the glamour. All right, this is the glamour part. And that's the reality. So, anyways. Alright, you guys have a great day. I hope everybody's staying safe and healthy in this pandemic. And I'm looking forward to shooting video of me smoking every one of my expensive and some very rare Opus X cigars. So, take care, guys.